Hi, my name's Thomas Murphy, 34 years old. I work in the Govan Depot, Shield Hall, Glasgow. I've worked in the council now for 7 years. I started off agency. Actually started off in good money agency. The agency guys get paid a lot more than the guys that are full time. I didn't know that until I actually got full time. Me and the guys, we've all worked through the pandemic. 1 minute we were the 4th emergency service. We were superheroes. Everybody loved the bin men, but they know what to pay us. Like we're the 4th emergency service, or that we're frontline workers. They really think that we're frontline workers, and why they're not paying us accordingly. They just pick and choose when it suits them really. And I hope the COVID stuff, I hope that doesn't escalate again, because it was hard for us. There was on a lot of pressure. People think because we had a depot closure or whatever that we were getting up early, but it's not that you were working through your breaks and you were really breaking your back to get up that early finish. It didn't matter if you catch COVID at 7 in the morning, you get home early, you're still taking COVID home with you. A lot of the workforce have died, some guys have passed away, some guys have left to go to different jobs. The vehicles are terrible. There's just been so much. Even recently I just had an old lady out there asking me to take stuff away because she can't afford a £35 bulk charge, which I don't agree with. We're actually standing there doing her bin and we can't do her a favour. She's 80 years old. I think it's scandalous really, to be honest. The vehicle I'm on with the tenement houses like the ones here, they get serviced every 8 days. I don't agree with that at all. You've got people, after we empty the bins and then if people put their rubbish out, it's going to lie there for 8 days. It's causing a lot of problems with vermin and stuff. And even the people that have got houses, people that have got houses have getting a free weekly their bins are collected every 3 weeks and they need to put their own bin out. I think it's a joke. There's people with big families who are struggling. Their bins are overflowing and it's increasing the workload for the guys who need to empty the bins as well. I think it should be looked at. And the money they're paying for a council tax, they're not getting the right kind of service that it provides. Especially vermin is a major problem. I see rats every single day. They're everywhere. They're closer than a lot of people think, and it's disgusting that in this day and age in Glasgow that there's still rats running about the street. We need more men, we need more vehicles, and we need people to come out and see a true reflection of what we actually do. A lot of people have got a perception of bin men that they don't do anything. We do as much as we can, and we would like the people of Glasgow to get behind us with that, and we want to provide a better service for the people. Because of the way it is now, we can't, we've not got the resources to do that. There's major pressure on us to cut corners, as I said, during the pandemic. They put on a job and finished in a depot closure and that, and you were wanting you to run a bit mental and work through your breaks and stuff. But now that the pandemic's calmed down a bit, and we're about to calm down a bit because we're all aches, pains, we've all been off with stress, we're all done intaking problems, same with our families. And now they still want us to work that same way, which we don't agree with. But different ages, different sizes, and it was hard. Just everybody was all trying to batter in and work through their breaks, and all that pressure, all that aggravation. I was going home at night, I couldn't lift my newborn baby because my arms were that sore because I'm flinging bins about all day myself. It's just not right. You should be able to home at night and lift your baby up. But the workload in here, and I say the resources, they just don't have them. So it's down on the guys here. We're taking on all this extra work, and they're not what to pay us according. As we're really asking is just to be paid a decent wage for the workload that we do. We're working 48 hours a week and we can't live. There's people in there that can't afford a sandwich sometimes, and you need to give them wee bits and bobs to eat, especially because you're paid full weekly. So there's guys on maybe week 3, still get 7 days to go, full payday, and they're skint. There's guys that can't afford to drive to work because of the price of petrol. They maybe stay in the East End or something. It's costing them more money to get to work. The 2% that they're offering is, as soon as your national insurance is going up, your gas is going up, your electricity is going up. That 2% is not going to make one single bit of difference to anybody in this city. Any council worker, no matter what position they're in, 2% is not going to make one bit of difference. Everything else will just swallow that up. During the pandemic and up to now, there's a lot of guys being off work-related stress with injuries and stuff because they've been told to cut corners working through the pandemic, so they're hurting themselves, injuring themselves. There's guys in here are maybe in their 40s that can't run about the way the younger ones anymore, but they've been flung out into the deep end and made to do that. Work-related stress is big. There's a lot of people in there whose heads are busting. They hate coming to their work, and some guys have fought coming in here, even to the overtime, even though they're skint. They can't bring themselves in because the place is just that wild. It's a pressure cooker and it's going to explode. People might think it's bad now, but it's only going to get worse unless you bring more people in to help us out. There's not really much hope. None of us have got any hope that things are going to get better at it. And we took some strike action and we were promised training. We were promised all sorts. And the guys kind of thought, right, brilliant, we'll get out and we'll battle in then and hopefully this training will be forthcoming. guys that maybe doing the same job as me that want to go into the driving and that. All this training, just all the stuff we were promised, it seems to be disappearing. And the boys' heads are down. We want a chance to advance. For the ones that can advance, to go into better money, we want that chance. We need it now, because we need something to keep us here. There are a lot of guys already left, guys that have had opportunities. Some of us, like myself, we haven't got opportunities to go elsewhere, so we just need to ride it out. But it's stressful, really stressful. A decent pay rise, I'd be able to take my family on holiday, I'd be able to go away and do stuff that most people can do. I'm sure we're the lowest paid council in Scotland. Glasgow's the biggest city. I don't know how that works out. I think we're the only council left in Britain that's still going in and out closes and taking bins and everything else like that as well. So we're just really, we're not asking for fortunes, we're just asking to be brought in line with everybody else, with all the other councils. And that wee boost would help us. That'd be the difference between somebody eating and somebody going hungry. I'd like to say to people of Glasgow, please stick behind the bin, man. Every time there's something in the paper on that, there's a lot of negative people, a lot of negative comments that just say stuff without actually knowing. They think we don't do it, and it's not the case at all. If your bin's not been done, it's because there's not enough men in that day to get to there. There's not enough vehicles to take these men out. There's not enough eating, there's not enough money, there's not enough eating, there's so much that needs to change. There's just too much out there. We're out in all weathers doing it. It's not as if we're out hiding for it. We're battering in and we're trying to do what we can. Try to keep this amazing wee city of ours clean, but it's hard when you're out with hardly any men, vehicles that aren't fit for purpose. It's a lot harder with the price of food going up and that. And then the price of everything really, the price of petrol, gas, electricity, everything has gone up, and except my wages really. It's hard to understand inflation and that. I'm a bin man, I don't understand all the numbers that they rack out, but I know for the money they're giving me isn't enough for everything else to go up. The rent goes up, council tax a lot, everything goes up except my wages, and it's a struggle. There's guys in there worse than me, there's guys in, a lot of single guys with no kids, they're some of the worst staff, and it's shite. We deserve better. We're out trying our best in the pissing rain, all weathers. We're doing everything we possibly can for the people of Glasgow to provide the service, but it's hard. And I know it's kind of rubbish on people, but I hope they just get behind the bin men, because we're trying to fight for a better service for you. We just need you to stick with us.